I told them if you came here flipping out with the throwing jabs and punches, I used to train with Mr. Soup. I can knock all your shit. If you want to throw a jab. So if you throw a jab, I go right here, look, boom, and I look at it, and I go right here, boom, boom, boom. What's up, YouTube? This is USM episode 3. I'm 1/4 of the group. My name is Molly.
And I'm on the run, Ted, bringing y'all straight facts.
I'm John Hunt. I'm applying pressure.
Man, shout out USM Quan. He couldn't make it today. Today, man, we got a special guest. We got a 2023 national champion. This man is an up-and-coming prospect in the featherweight division. 6-0 with 5 of those coming by knockout. Yeah. Let's give it up for the Basking Shark, Jeffery Hudson Jr. Shark season.
Yeah.
How you feeling, champ?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing, you know?
For sure, man. We glad to have you on the show. Man, we got a lot we want to unload on. We got a lot of questions we want to ask you. You know, first we want to start it off, man, with, we want to start it off from the beginning, man. For those that don't know you, where you from? You know, what was early life like? What was your environment like, man?
Okay, no problem. That's no problem. That's easy work, you know? But now I'm from Toledo, Ohio, you know, born and raised. You know, growing up, it was pretty hard. It was tough, man, you know? I'm going to start it off, man. When I was 12 years old, I lost my granny to gun violence. You know, she was killed. Secondly, you know, a couple months later, I say about 45 days, I lost my brother, who was Montrese Moore. After that, I kind of like dove into the streets. I was born in the projects, you know, which is called the Moody Manors, you know. So growing up, it was tough, you know, we guns, drugs, killings, you know, robberies, breaking and entries, you know. It was just a wild life, you know, real street life that, you know, I'm happy that I got away from, you know what I mean?
Most
but I done seen, done, heard everything that you can possibly think of that involved with streets, you know?
Sometimes those are the environments that build the best fighters in my eyes. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? So, that's for sure. Man, we want to know, man, what and who and when. What influenced you to box? Who influenced you to box, and how old were you when you first started boxing?
Okay, so what's funny, man, when I was 17 years old, I got a call from my granddad, Michael Smith.
R.I.P.
I actually was playing baseball at the time. You know, I was a ball player. I was playing baseball from like I want to say like 9 all the way through.
Okay.
So I was getting ready, honestly, to go, you know, try different colleges out, you know, go to a couple camps because I was getting offers and things like that.
You was cold with the baseball
so
too.
He was like, man, boxer size is the best thing for you, man. You know, it gonna get you in shape. It's gonna get you ready.
So more on the fitness. He recommended it to you on the fitness side.
Fitness side.
Okay.
So he like, man, just come to the church, man. Just come to the church, man, and just try it. So what I did was I tried it.
Okay.
And you know, I was pushing. Not to mention, I still was in and out the streets. So with that being said, I was on the fence.
One foot in, one foot out.
Exactly.
Athlete, but you still
exactly.
In the streets.
So I'm gonna tell you like this. In the midst of that, I ended up getting a scholarship, a full ride to Siena Heights University, the NAIA D1 Division I baseball school. With that being said, they was like a D3, but they still play all the D1 schools in baseball.
What position do you play in baseball? Those you play all positions?
I played shortstop, second base, and third, and a little bit of left field.
Okay.
So when
you cold with baseball for real?
Oh, I was cold.
You got that kind of.
I was cold. I was cold. Like you know how people was coming up 8-year-old, 9-year-olds winning national champions as fighters. I was winning national champions as a baseball player.
Wow. Okay.
So with that being said, I end up committing and everything like that, and I started going to Siena Heights. Now I came back on a visit because it was only in Adrian, Michigan, and you know we from Toledo, Ohio. That's only 45 minutes.
Okay.
So I was still in and out the streets, so I was on the block, you know, hanging with guys that I really shouldn't have been hanging with, involving myself.
Go to practice, go back
doing
to the
all
block.
that. Exactly. So within that time frame, some guys that we was in tour with came through, and I had got shot. And when I got shot, the school that I was going to was a Catholic school. So with that being said,
how old was you, champ?
I was only 17.
Damn.
I was a grade ahead. When I was in the kindergarten, I got put up to the first grade. So I only did like 2-3 weeks of kindergarten. So I really was a grade ahead. I really wasn't even supposed to be.
You was ahead of your time.
You with the older kids.
Exactly.
Okay.
So long story short, the school was a Catholic school, and they was a no tolerance.
Okay.
Not to mention, I was the only black guy in the whole entire school. They end up dropping my scholarship after I got shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So when I got shot or whatever, Granddad Mike called me like, man, you know, I heard what's going on. I heard you lost your scholarship and everything like that, man. I know it's a lot on your mind, but I think, you know, your purpose is boxing.
He was a slick
I
talker,
told
too.
Mike, fuck you. No, but real talk. I told Granddad, fuck you. I'm a ball player. I'm going to find me another way for ball. Ain't work out like that. So we going to fast forward to a year and a month. I tore my Achilles and everything. Tore my Achilles, my ACL.
Everything is pulling you to the sport.
Exactly.
Pulling
Pulling you away from baseball, pulling you to the
So
street
guess
science.
what, man? I started doing rehab with Granddad Mike. And then I got into a spar. Diamond Mitchell. Hit me
Ooh.
with a body shot.
Oh,
Dropped me.
I remember Diamond Mitchell.
First time I ever sparred in my life.
Yeah.
Fucking dropped me. After that, it pushed me to just...
I gotta get this back.
It pushed me to a whole nother level. I said, you know what?
Was it with a left or a right?
It was a left.
I knew it. I knew it.
That motherfucker had that whip. Look, it was a whip. I remember Diamond Mitchell.
I'm just gonna be completely honest.
He a motherfucker.
After that, I told him, I said, I'm kicking your ass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get better.
So revenge kind of kept
Drove
you
you.
kept
Gave
you
you
in
that
the
drive.
gym.
Definitely, because you
I
know
gotta
what?
get this back real quick.
You know what? I'm a winner.
Uh-huh.
Always been a winner. Losing don't sit right. To me, that sparring match was a real fucking fight.
Okay, see that, and that draws me right to my third question. What was it like winning your first amateur fight? What was that feeling?
So my first amateur fight, to be completely honest, it was the state fair, the Ohio State Fair. It was a championship though.
Okay.
So
Columbus,
in
Ohio.
Columbus,
Okay.
yeah, because it was only 3 people in the bracket. The first 2 guys, they gave me the bye.
Okay.
The first 2 guys scrapped it out, and then we fought.
Walk over.
For the state title.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, don't nothing give you the feeling with getting your hand raised. I don't care. Nothing can compare to it in life, because the thing about boxing, it teaches you discipline. It teaches you so much stuff about yourself
Self-respect.
that you learn, that you capable of doing the things you just don't imagine. You like, man, I really did that. But it just was the crowd, the people coming up to me telling me how good I was, and I got a rush from it.
Yeah.
After that, I said, oh, I ain't going nowhere. And I had that belt. I said, oh yeah, I can get used to this.
So your first show, you won a belt.
Yeah, my first, it was the state fair, Ohio State Fair. So the first one was the Ohio State Fair. I won a tournament my first fight ever.
You remember the year?
As a matter of fact, it was 2019. Yup, 2019.
This is the day in 2019 this man turned from a tadpole into a shark.
Yep, 2019. 2019. And to go back to your question, I was kind of like a late bloomer. Because like I said, I was going into my freshman year of high school. So, freshman year of college. So with that being said, I didn't really have my first fight till I was 18.
Grown.
Yeah, grown man.
You wouldn't even.
So I started late.
You wouldn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's something you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, started late.
Because your experience, your technique, know,
Yeah.
just your
He catch on
how
fast.
comfortable you are in that ring. You would
Exactly.
think you was around there, since a baby, since 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
just being from the streets, you always had some fight in you, though.
Yeah.
So that's a different. You
Yeah.
always got that.
I had some fight.
mindset.
Yeah, I had some fight in me, but I was a little rough. So.
Yeah. That'd be the difference when somebody come into boxing late and they ain't never really experienced no street shit or no rough or nothing rough or been an all-star athlete or ever had a street fight. They get in the ring they first time, they just can't get it. It take them forever. Then they're like, this ain't for you, bro. You starting late in the game.
Facts.
But when you come from a background of being an athlete, you already been a part of. You already had a scholarship for baseball, so you already knew routine and drills and dedication.
Facts.
And the street side had you sharp, like you know what I'm saying. You can see everything was going on, so you know how to move and make you sharp. So it played out perfect for you, bro.
Definitely.